Hello, I'm Paul Terry, and I'm here today to talk to you about the 3 styles of learning. Students today are criticized for the lack of learning and the academic performance, when in reality it has a lot to do with their learning styles. Students are criticized because they're not learning to the best of their capabilities, but they learn separately. There are 3 types. There's auditory, visual, and tactile. Auditory is where they listen to an instructor, the instructor points out the lesson to them, he explains it, they take it in and memorize it. Reading, it falls under the visual. Anything that is graphic, like this would be a visual aid, like this. All hands on deck, hands is being used to represent the whole person. This would be a visual aid. Also, the old-fashioned type that we all grew up with, the reading from a book, that actually falls under visual as well. The last is tactile, where a student has the experience of putting their hands on and learning through doing an experiment, an activity, or something that they say, oh, so this is what that means. The 3 of these are a combination that everybody learns using all 3 of them, but everybody has their own specific one. Some people learn better with visual aids, some people learn better with auditory. The Learning Center states that most people learn through a combination of all 3 styles, but everybody is different, and finding their strength is the first step to increasing their learning capability. So teachers, y'all have to learn how to watch the students and say, okay, he has a really poor reading level, but he's great at listening. A few years ago, point in case, I had a young man, very low reading skill, but the instructor could show him a video, and 2 days later, the following week, everybody else had forgotten it. This young man, he couldn't read very well, but you could ask him any question off of that, and he'd say, oh, the answer to that is blah, blah, blah. He'd memorize it just by listening, but he struggled with reading. So everybody has their strengths that they fall back on. The NDT Resource Center states that providing the right classroom environment also helps foster these learning skills, can have a big effect on how much learning occurs. That's, like I say, where the teacher comes in. Y'all need to pay attention to the students and say, okay, he memorizes stuff, or he's better at doing an activity, and the activity, he walks away understanding the experiment or understanding the lesson better. And last, let's see, pardon me. Okay. Last, they said studies conducted by the Institute for Learning shows that students that use all 5 senses retain it better with repeated exposure to it through the 3 styles. So that comes down to, you have to continue to reinforce it, and you may have to show it to them several times, you may have to go over the lesson with them several times, but they use all 5 senses to learn. And it's not just you and I, we grew up with you read everything, they didn't show much in the way of films, but today the kids are getting a blend of it. They're getting both the visual by overhead projection or the teacher YouTube, but the blend is they also have to do work packets that contains reading, and yes, our students, they hate reading. Most of them complain, oh my goodness, just show me where the answer is. As a teacher, it's our job to basically get them excited about learning, but also playing to their strengths and hopefully overcoming their weaknesses. So thank you. I'd like to appreciate, like I said, I'm Paul Terry, and hopefully you picked up something useful.